Hold on, because we are going to take you on a journey that will blow your mind. Can you imagine stumbling upon a hidden fortune? Well, this fortune was worth $18 million to be exact. It was buried by the notorious Pablo Escobar. You all know about the famous Colombian drug lord who is dubbed the King of Cocaine. The world thought they already knew all there was to know about the drug lord, but he still keeps us on our toes. So let us get right into it. Pablo Escobar is not an unfamiliar name to the people around the world. There have been many anecdotes about Pablo Escobar. One such story is when he burns money for his daughter. On a chilly night in 1992, deep in the Colombian forest resided Pablo Escobar. He was on the run from the law enforcement, and to escape from them, he took this path and his family accompanied him. But he was faced with a dilemma. His daughter was greatly affected by the cold and was shivering. It was a freezing night, and there was nothing to keep them warm, let alone his daughter. But what he had with him was only cash, and he made an unthinkable decision. He burnt all the cash to make his daughter warm. He has burnt almost $2 million to keep his daughter warm. But this didn't make a dent financially. He had made 100 times more than the cash which he burnt. The money that he earned through the business was scattered across hidden spots. It has been speculated that no one in the family or outside the family knew about the whereabouts of the spots. Guess he didn't trust his own family. Let us get to know Pablo Escobar before he was known all over the world for all the wrong reasons. Before, the Forbes magazine named him as the 7th richest man in the world. How did he get the money? He was born in poverty in Medellin, Colombia. He has his roots in the criminal world from a very young age. Coming from a poor family, he often had to survive on petty crime to get through life. By the time he was 20, he was fully in deep with the criminal world, especially the Colombian drug scene. This was all he knew from a very young age, and he proved to be good at it. In the span of 6 years, he made a profit of around $3 million. Then he dipped his toes in the cartel by making the Medellin cartel. Escobar climbed the criminal ladder and acquired a staggering fortune exceeding $55 billion annually. Can you imagine the amount? It would last 2 generations. But it was still a small amount among his total income. With that much money, he could buy anything. And that is what he did. He bought planes. And that too, 15 of them. He did everything like American old money did. Used the potential of an asset. John Rockefeller used oil, and Pablo Escobar used drugs. In a day, the income of Pablo Escobar was $145 million. So in a minute, he is making more than any other worker in any field. His wealth overflowed to such an extent that it led to bizarre incidents like spending over $1,000 weekly on a rubber band used for cash bundles. So much bundle of cash was kept that it led to rodent infestation. It cost Pablo Escobar $2.6 billion. Even with all the money in the world, he was shot to death by a soldier when he was hiding. He could not take the money he got, nor did he give any clues where the money is kept. With such a huge inheritance, surely he must have a trusted member whom he shared everything with. He trusted his brother and younger sister, Roberto Escobar and Alba Marina Escobar respectively, to keep charge of the flow of money. This wealth can be broken down into 3. The first one is the liquid assets like his cars, money, mansions, clothes, and other physical materials. Second, and the most important one in this video, is the money he kept hidden from everyone, including his brother and sister. It was hidden underground caves, walls in a farm, etc. The third one is the least favorable option. Banks. He had put some money in the banks, but he did not trust them. He was reluctant to use the bank to deposit cash. His feelings were mutual, as the banks also declined the proposition of depositing Escobar's money. But when he died, there was a huge shift in his world. Undoubtedly, his empire fell without him. Without him, his whole family was surrounded by his rivals like piranhas. To protect them from attacks, they had to pay for protection from the little money they had. It was so hard on the family that oftentimes they had to buy a floor on the top level so as to not get any surprise from the enemy. It is not surprising that their money did run off. And the funny thing is, Pablo Escobar, one of the world's wealthiest men, did not write a will. As there was no inheritance, they got the money from the first and the second category, which was not much. Most of the money was discovered by the people or by the government. How did he manage to keep the money buried a secret? What happened was he would hire the henchmen to hide the money where he said. After the job was done, they would report back. That is where the tragedy strikes. The henchman would be killed by Escobar, so then he would be the only one who knows the place. As said earlier before, there were discoveries. In November 1989, someone found Escobar's secret stash worth $5.3 million. It had been stashed in 3 plastic bags. Another person found $26 million. But this baggage did not contain just cash, but gold as well. 150 kilograms of gold bars were discovered. Then, 20 years later, in the jungle where Escobar had factories, a man found cash up to $6 million. And then $10 million were found in his Hacienda Napoles ranch. The again 65-year-old father discovered $600 million buried in hundreds of barrels in a field. Like an honest man, he gave every last penny to the law enforcement. Despite all the discoveries over the years, a substantial portion remained hidden, but this time it was a close family member that discovered the cash. The nephew of Pablo Escobar. He found $18 million behind a wall. It definitely adds a twist of fate. He was well versed in the actions of his uncle. He had first had experience from a young age. Nicholas was once kidnapped and tortured for 7 hours. Escobar's rivals were the culprits. When the media asked how he had found the treasure that his uncle hid, he gave a very unbelievable reason that he had a vision. But either way, it was a very exciting thing for him. Money was not the only thing he discovered. His uncle has used this house for a covert stash before. What did he discover? Except for money, he found a typewriter, gold pen, satellite phones, a camera, and an undeveloped film roll. Another man enters this picture, Roberto Sandoya, rumored to be Escobar's son. It was speculated that Roberto was rescued from a shootout that took his mother's life. He was adopted by an MI6 agent. Robert learned his true identity in his 20s. On the deathbed, the MI6 agent gave Roberto a coded note that unveiled the key to finding Escobar's millions. Now he is on a mission to find all the secret spots. It sounds like a Hollywood movie script. Allegedly, he was the key figure in finding the hidden fortune in a former Escobar mansion in Florida. But a quest also comes with villains. It was revealed that an attack from individuals thirsty for his uncle's demise left him abducted and tortured for hours. In the realm of Pablo Escobar's hidden fortune, the plot thickens with every discovery. But beware, treasure seekers, for danger lurks. Nicholas' chilling revelation of a past attack serves as a stark reminder that chasing Escobar's legacy isn't a mere quest. To those enticed by mysteries hidden behind walls or buried in soil, heed the call, because Colombia has secrets. What hidden mystery do you think lies beneath the walls or buried in the soil of Colombia? Let us know your thoughts on this matter in the comment section below. For more such intriguing and mind-blowing content, subscribe to our channel, and if you like this video, hit that like button.